kitchen. Today is Sunday, so we're making something sweet. It's also a little savory, but super sweet too. So today we are making spooky bloody popcorn. It's a sweet treat on top of salted popcorn. So for the ingredients for this recipe, you will need 1 box of Jello of your choice. I'm using strawberry, raspberry, cherry, strawberry, whatever. You're wanting it to look bloody, so for Halloween. So if it's not for Halloween, you can use any kind. But for Halloween, I'm using this kind, and I'm making it for my class. So I'm using strawberry. You'll need some corn syrup. You'll need 1/4 cup of butter. You're going to need 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And you're going to need about 3 popped bags of popcorn. I've already popped my popcorn, so it's already ready. Also, at the end of this, you're going to need some sprinkles. These are eyeballs, but they're like different color, like green, and all these are for Halloween. So that will be it. Before you get started, go ahead and line 2 large baking sheets, either with aluminum foil or parchment paper, completely up to you. And like I said, go ahead and get your popcorn popping, and go ahead and preheat your oven to 300. So we'll do that now. Okay. Oven is preheating to 300. We're going to go ahead and get some of the ingredients started on the stove. And I'm going to take my popcorn and I'm going to go ahead and spread it out on my pan. So I'll let y'all watch me do that first. Let me move everything over to the side. Get you guys where y'all can see my counter as usual. And I just have 2 large baking dishes. And this is popcorn of your choice, whatever. I use the butter kind. You don't have to, but I just think it tastes good with the butter too. So you're just going to pour it out on your pan. So I would say 1.5 bags on each pan. Okay. And 1/2 bag more on each pan. I love popcorn. My class loves popcorn. My youngest child used to eat a bag of popcorn a day when she was growing up. So I keep popcorn in the house all the time. And this is a super easy recipe. Alright, so 1.5 bags of popcorn on each sheet. So I'm going to put the sheets to the side. Then we're going to go ahead and get our ingredients ready. So you're going to need 1/4 cup of butter. So we'll go ahead and get a knife and cut that down to 1/4 cup. So 1/4 cup on a stick is 4 tablespoons. So go ahead and get that cut. And get that in a pan. So we're going to put this on the stove in just a second. So 1/4 cup of butter. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. You can use light or dark. It's up to you. I use the dark for this recipe just because it doesn't matter, because it's going to be darker because of the red. But you can use light too. And I'm going to spray this spoon, just a little tip. If you'll spray it, your corn syrup will come out easier. Spray that. Wipe that around in there. Alright, then we're going to do 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. Okay. And we are going to put this on the stove and start melting this butter down on the stove. I'll put this in my sink. Rinse my hands for a second. Okay, so I'm going to bring you guys over to my stove because we're going to put that butter and corn syrup on there. You're just going to cook that on medium to low until it melts that butter. So we're just going to let this butter melt down in here. you guys. You see, melting my butter. I'm just melting this butter down. Don't forget to stir this because you don't want this to stick to the bottom of this pan. And when you get ready to start pouring this over your popcorn, know that you have to do it pretty quickly because this stuff is going to set up and be super, super sticky. So this is one of those things you need to do really quickly when you start to pour it. This is getting all good and melted down. Once this butter gets good and melted, then we're going to add in a half a cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to add a half a packet of the Jello. They didn't have the 3-ounce box, so I bought the large box. I'm just going to add half of this to this mixture. I'm going to add a half a cup of brown sugar. That's a 1/4. Okay, and then now we're going to add that half a package of the gelatin. And you can just kind of eyeball it, it'll be fine. So half a package. Okay, and you're going to stir that in, and you're going to wait till this all comes to a good boil. Once this comes to a boil, then you're going to put it on low heat for about 5 minutes. Ooh, this is going to be so good, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all are going to love it. Look how pretty and red that is. Yum. Oh. This is going to taste so good on that butter popcorn. So now we've got it down on low because I don't want it to burn or scorch. So I'm just going to keep it on low and let it cook because we've got to get that gelatin good and cooked. And then we are going to take it over here in just a second and start pouring it onto our popcorn. Let it sit here for just a few minutes. I want all of that sugar to go ahead and evaporate really well in here so there's not any grains or granules of that. When you start to pour it on that popcorn, you just want it to be a smooth red syrup. Alright, so now we're going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to bring you guys back over here, put our popcorn back on my counter because we're about to get ready to start pouring. Now, this is a super, super easy recipe. It only takes about 15 minutes to prepare totally, because you could go on and have your popcorn done, whatever, it doesn't matter. Or you can do it while you're making this. But, like I said, 3 full bags of popcorn, and we're going to pour this mixture over it when it gets ready. Okay, guys, so mixture is ready. Smells amazing. Kind of smells like candied apple candy. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're just going to sprinkle it over the top of your popcorn. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Because we are making bloody popcorn. Spooky, bloody popcorn. And like I said, you gotta work fast because this stuff sets up quick, okay? Alright, and then you're gonna kind of take your popcorn. This stuff is hot too, so be careful. And you're just gonna kind of roll it in all of this red stuff while it's on your pan. Okay. And this makes a bit of a mess, but it's going to taste amazing. I think my kids at school are going to love this because they love popcorn anyway. I think they're really going to like this. So now that you have your popcorn and you got it coated with the red stuff, you're going to take your pans of popcorn and you're going to place them in a 300-degree oven for about 10 minutes. So we'll go ahead and get these transferred over to the oven. Bring you guys over first. And we're going to put these pans in a 300-degree oven for 10 minutes. Set our timer. All right, so it's in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm going to clean my mess up. When I come back, we're going to see how these turn out, and we're going to sprinkle them with our spooky sprinkles. All right, you guys, the timer just went off, so I'm going to pull our spooky popcorn out of the oven. Looks yummy. All right, so now you're going to take it, and I bought these sprinkle mixes. This is like eyeballs and black, red, and white, and then these are like, I guess, alien eyeballs maybe or something. They're like green. So we're gonna sprinkle some of these on top of our popcorn just to make it a little more spooky because it's Halloween. So just gonna sprinkle a little bit on. All right, then we're gonna do some of the eyeballs in there. Okay, and we'll do some of the green ones too. And some of these sprinkles. Okay, so now we've got all our sprinkles on there. Everything's cooked and ready. So what you do now is you're gonna let this cool, completely cool. And then once it completely cools, you're gonna break it apart and you're gonna put it in a large container, an airtight container. And this will last for about a week before it goes stale. So you'll wait till it cools, like I said, completely down, and it'll be not sticky at all. It'll be hard, like candy. And then it will be ready for you guys to put in your airtight container and keep. This will last all the way until Halloween if you do it today. And your kids are gonna love it. I'm telling you, it's fantastic. It's super yummy. So I'm gonna give you guys a tasty. It's like the candy that's on the outside of a candied apple on top of popcorn. You can't go wrong with that, y'all. It is so yummy. Stuck to my teeth. But it is so yummy. Like, I can't even explain to you, like, it's really good. Really good. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is one of those things that, like, you can't just eat one bite, you know? You gotta keep going back for more. So good. Really, really good. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode. Join me on Wednesday for another episode of Kim in the Kitchen and Something Savory. Halloween is coming up next weekend. I hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween. Of all your festivities, if y'all have anything coming up this next week, I hope you have so much fun. I love Halloween and love decorating. We're having a party here and I can't wait because I've got all kinds of stuff planned. So I hope each and every one of you have a great holiday as well. Thanks again for watching. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. I will have this recipe down in the description. Also, my Instagram link is there. Please comment on some of these recipes that you've liked or of anything you would like to see me try next. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. Bye.